Ever walked into a grocery store and felt like you accidentally signed up for a maze run with a Hunger Games twist? You're not alone. That initial wave of sensory overload can feel akin to being launched into a foreign land without a map. But fear not, because grocery shopping is a skill you can master, just like any other. First, make a list. It's your game plan, your blueprint. It keeps you focused and helps you avoid the siren call of unnecessary purchases. Next, understand the store layout. Most grocery stores follow a similar pattern, with the freshest items on the perimeter and the processed food in the middle. Focus on the essentials. You don't need to be a gourmet chef to survive. Staples like rice, pasta, and canned goods can go a long way. And finally, read the labels. Knowing what's in your food is as important as knowing how to cook it. So remember, grocery shopping isn't a survival game. It's more like a treasure hunt, where the treasure is edible, most of the time. And then we have the kitchen. That place where magic happens, or disasters, depending on your cooking skills. Now, let's get down to the basics of cooking. First, you've got to get familiar with your tools. The spatula, the whisk, the frying pan, and the pot. These are your new best friends. They're going to help you transform raw ingredients into delicious meals. Next, let's talk about those simple cooking techniques. Boiling is a great starting point. It's simple, it's quick, and it's perfect for cooking pasta or hard-boiling eggs. Frying, on the other hand, is all about that golden brown crust. It's great for cooking meats or making crispy vegetables. Then there's sautéing, a technique that requires a bit of pan tossing and is ideal for stir-fries or sautéed greens. Lastly, recipes are there for a reason. They're like a roadmap to a tasty dish. But remember, it's okay to deviate a bit and adjust to your taste. So the kitchen isn't a chemistry lab, although sometimes it may feel like it. But don't worry, your first burnt pancake is a rite of passage. Ever felt like cooking is like running a marathon and you're always out of breath? But don't worry, the secret to winning this race is simple: meal planning and preparation. It's like having a roadmap for your marathon. You wouldn't start a long-distance run without a clear path, would you? Neither should you dive into cooking without a plan. Start by choosing simple recipes. Don't try to be a gourmet chef on day one. Think scrambled eggs, pasta, stir-fry vegetables. These are your training wheels. Next, prepare your ingredients in advance. Chop your vegetables, marinate your protein, measure out your spices. This is your warm-up routine before the big race. It's all about setting yourself up for success. And finally, don't forget about leftovers. They're like the water stations in a marathon, giving you a breather and a much-needed boost. Turn last night's chicken into today's chicken salad. Be creative. Meal prep isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. But with a little planning, you won't even break a sweat. And finally, the part we all love to hate: cleanup. Ever wondered if dirty dishes multiply when you're not looking? You're not alone. But here's the thing: cleaning up is just as important as the cooking itself. It's not just about hygiene, it's about creating a pleasant and efficient kitchen environment. Now, here's a pro tip: clean as you cook. It sounds simple, but it can save you a ton of time and stress. Finish chopping those veggies? Rinse that knife and cutting board straight away. Done with that pot? Fill it with some water and let it soak. When it comes to the dishwasher, think of it like a game of Tetris. Organize your dishes and utensils properly to make the most of the space. Plates go on the bottom, glasses and mugs on top. Utensils, they get their special little basket. So remember, cleaning up is like doing laundry. It's never fun, but it's a lot worse if you let it pile up. So, ready to rumble with those groceries and wrestle that stove into submission? Let's jog your memory a bit. We've journeyed through the great grocery gauntlet, dodging overpriced organic apples and sidestepping those sneaky snack aisles. Remember, the key is to stick to your list and not to shop when you're hungry. Next, we braved the kitchen catastrophe, where we discovered that the stove isn't a fire-breathing dragon, and the fridge isn't just for takeout leftovers. It's all about understanding your appliances and using them to your advantage. Then, we endured the meal prep marathon, proving that cooking isn't just for fancy chefs. With a little practice and patience, anyone can whip up a decent meal. It's all about planning, prepping, and a pinch of creativity. And there you have it. The grocery store is no longer a maze. The kitchen is not a chemistry lab. Meal prep isn't a marathon. And cleanup, well, it's still a chore. But at least you're equipped to handle it now. Good luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor.